What's up, y'all? Welcome to Reacted. It's your boy Dre. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the video. We're watching one of Oshay Duke Jackson videos today. Druski exposure of Muslims just caused this problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Let's see what's going on. And shout out to Oshay Duke Jackson. All credits due to him. I've been watching his channel for a while. No, we're gonna react to it.
Hilarious video, bro. I want you to know that you have to be more responsible and be more respectful towards us.
Druski been killing it with the skits. Like, we gotta give him a round of applause.
You understand what I'm saying? Give us the same respect that you give to other people. Give us the same respect you give to other communities.
A few days ago, Druski dropped a very controversial video on TikTok called "The Old Head Who Never Grew Up and Matured." It was pretty much about an old guy who never
I haven't watched this video. This is like the first time I'm seeing it.
left the hood and is still getting clout by attaching himself to the youth. But at the
So you see, this is why Druski is considered a genius, because his level, and I might be saying this wrong, but I think you guys might know what I mean. His level of breaking down hood problems in satire is top tier. And it's not just hood problems he breaks down, but those are a part of the stuff that he breaks down. It's top tier.
end of the clip, Druski and his fellow gang members would make a change.
We come in peace. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. No violence. We come in peace. Brotherhood. Family. Allahu Akbar.
And despite making the change to Islam, they have this issue.
News. 5 armed gunmen in head wraps are on the loose in Atlanta for attempted robbery. They are considered armed and
he's
dangerous. One of which
violating.
has a history of murder.
Now, this is very alarming. Druski,
He's
who was a
violating.
thug, converted to Islam. He was selling to the world that he was coming in peace. The reality was that all of the guys converted to Islam to appear to be changed men, but in the reality, they continued on with whatever they were doing. That was supposed to be the idea of the clip, but instead,
I want you to know that you have to be more responsible and be more respectful towards us. You understand what I'm saying? Give us the same.
Well, I'm gonna listen to this, but at the end of the day, Druski is a comedian. He's doing art. He's doing art, and to me, he's pointing out the problems. Like that's something you would see. You would see someone jacking Muslim, and then you would see them. The only thing they abide by is not eating pork. You see that. But he's kind of doing it to an extreme level. But that happens too.
Same respect that you give to other people. Give us the same respect you give to other communities.
and that guy was the only one.
He didn't actually want to make this skit. He made it because he feels like he's fair game. He feels like he's made jokes and mockeries out of every minority or non-minority in the world, whether it's blacks, Caucasians, Hispanics, women, whatever the case may be. And for him to feel less guilty, he has to make this type of skit so he feels like he's being consistent with everybody. But here's where the problem is. Islam for many Muslims is the only serious thing that they take in their life.
So we see that Muslim.
So I'm not saying I don't agree or disagree. From what I'm getting, he's a comedian. That man doing art. And it's just he's obviously pointing out hypocrisies that he sees. It's funny.
Muslims were very, very upset. I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on TikTok of Muslims feeling very disrespected that Druski came after him. For example, the one brother with the beard, he was saying that Muslims are already disrespected, already miscategorized, already.
You know what it is? See, I understand it better. Not like I understand like where they, getting offended because they taking it as an attack. Like they taking it as a direct attack. And it could be seen as an attack. It definitely could be seen as an attack.
So why would Druski do that? Why would you foster more hate. And the other guy said, listen, for us, Islam is the only way, it's the only truth. So we can't let you disrespect our group. And I thought that was interesting because Druski interpreted the Hebrew Israelites. I'm pretty sure the Muslims thought that was funny. He also did the black megachurch pastors. I'm pretty sure they thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a comedian, he's a trend. He's doing this. This is him showing his art.
He's also done whiteface. I mean, there's so many different things that Druski did that was funny.
He's wild.
But again, these people only focused on the Islamic representation in the video. But wait.
And what I have gathered is that in America, gang operation in prisons is very avid. Like, you are better to join a gang, and a lot of people are too scared to join like the Bloods and the Crips, and there's like the white versions where it's like white gangs, because it's very dangerous. You have to get jumped in. You do one thing, they want to come beat you up. But when you join the Islamic group, you still have that same protection, but it's peaceful, because Muslims speak a lot about peace, and they don't really do all of that. You don't have to get jumped into a Islamic group. You don't have to get jumped into Islam.
This is a very important part of the video, and the young lady really put it together. In the black community, it's very common for people to go to prison and then convert to some level of Islam. That was starting as early as the early 1940s, 1950s. And we know that with El Hajj Malik Shabazz, AKA the legendary Malcolm X.
Yeah, that's a good example. I'm sure they got but a few choices, but in prison or in jail, you do gotta get done with a gang, or you're just gonna be dolly.
Converted in prison. We also know that at one point Mike Tyson was a Muslim. He was converted in prison. You have the rapper Loon from Harlem. He converted to prison. Kevin Gates, who's been to jail before,
it's a trend.
He converted to Islam in prison. You got Bernard Hopkins, who was in prison, and then he converted to Islam. You have Dwight Muhammad Qawi, who was a former light heavyweight champion from Camden, New Jersey. He converted in prison. I mean, there are just so many different guys that are like this. And another example of a person that has converted, maybe not in prison, but on the outside world, is Lil Durk, and also Lil Durk's father. And when you would see Lil Durk right before he got locked up, he was dressing
and no, let me let it play,
in Islamic or Arabic attire. However, we all know allegedly what Lil Durk was doing. And Muslims that disagreed with Druski, they didn't address.
That's why Druski did that skit.
The real problem in the room, which is in the black community, just as many fraudulent people in the black church or in the Hebrew Israelite community as we have in the Islamic community. And a lot of the Muslims did not want to address that because they were so.
So that's what they didn't like. They didn't like him pointing out their hypocrisies and satire. At least it's in satire. At least it's something that you could laugh at the end of the day. Not like, well, yeah, that's the point. At least it's in satire.
So focused on the Allah Akbar and, you know, the Muslim misrepresentation, but they never really wanted to focus on if the information that Druski was talking about was true. And then the good brother New Possibilities blog, who is a Muslim, came in to open the door wide open.
We know about the reputation, unfortunately, of the quote-unquote Philly Muslims, where you got these people that call themselves Muslims, but they're selling drugs and they're killing their own people. Yeah. While they have the trappings of Islam, they have the greetings of Islam. Some of them wear the clothes of Islam. They had a big...
And you know what it is, too? And this could be for that, especially in like Lil Durk's case, or in a lot of the cases. I'm just shooting at the air or throwing at the wall right now. They do it for like, well, this is obvious, image reasons, and for like appearance reasons. Like they could appear good to the court, or they could appear. It could be for those reasons as well.
Bushy beards of Islam, but they don't have a character of Islam, unfortunately.
Now, I wasn't going to go there, but New Possibilities blog did go there. And he talked about a specific sector of Muslims that are tied to criminality. I'm not trying to say that all of them are, but it is a known fact if you're on the East Coast that certain factions of Philly Muslims are tied.
And another mentality out there is them thinking like everything that they're doing is ordained by God, or in their case, Allah. Everything, they think everything, it don't matter what it could be selling drugs, it could be taking somebody out. It don't matter. They think it's ordained, so they're gonna keep doing it.
Right to the black mafia. And you have a lot of Philadelphia Muslims who unfortunately are tied to the drug game, who unfortunately are tied to murders, are tied to street beefs, while claiming Islam. And many of the brothers have beards. They wear the same garb, but they're involved in this lifestyle. And that's not new. I want to talk about something that happened in 1973. Now, there was a brother by the name of Hamas Abdul Khalis, all right? This brother was initially a part of the Nation of Islam, and he was beefing with Elijah Muhammad. He was sending some level of harassing letters to certain mosques, over 50.
I don't know too much history like Oshay's going over. The only bits and pieces or whatever I could get from this type of information is watching the movie Malcolm X. And that's all about I got from that. So I know him from the movie Malcolm X, or his name.
Calling out Elijah Muhammad, and it was Mr. Hamas Abdul Khalis in his version of Sunni Islam that converted the great basketball player Lou Alcindor, and that is how Lou Alcindor basically became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, okay? And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did something very nice for his leader, is that he bought him a new house, all right? He bought him a house, and this brother lived in Washington, D.C. And what happened because of Mr. Hamas Abdul Khalis's letters or harassment of Elijah Muhammad, you had some brothers in the Philadelphia Black Mafia who were also a part of the Nation of Islam Mosque number 12, all right? And what happened was brutal. 7 of these men visited his house in Washington, D.C. from Philadelphia, right? His wives were killed. His kids were killed. It was terrible. I don't even want to go into detail. 5 of these men who were in the Black Mafia had security titles within the Fruit of Islam, okay, which was their security. Now, Elijah Muhammad did not order this. These dudes did this themselves. They were a part of the first iteration of the Philadelphia Black Mafia. And why were they a part of the Nation of Islam? Number one, they had a shield of respectability.
Yeah.
Just like you see Little Dirk when he's wearing his Muslim garb.
Like I was saying earlier,
right?
yeah.
Islam is a respectable religion. These guys like Kevin Durant and Little Dirk, they get this respectability by just putting on the clothing. A lot of these brothers are basically still involved in extortion and enforcement while hiding under guise of being Muslim, okay? You also had a lot of these brothers who were involved in capital laundering while within the Nation of Islam, at least at this time. So they were having their cakes and eating it too. Now, to make sure that Druski didn't take the shot at the Muslims, I want to go back to a certain part within the episode so you guys understand that what Druski was doing was not a shot at Islam itself or even Muslims.
Right.
But this is exactly what he was doing.
Let's talk about them allegations. How your lawyer be deported?
No. So I was facing 40. There was a probation violation.
Far,
So you guys see that, right? This is Druski allegedly being a
Druski goes far. Now he stays in character. He stays in character.
gangster, and he's being asked about these allegations. But check this out.
How do you beat these murders? I know you say evidence and allegations, but can you take us even like through how these murders were even put on you?
You know, you got to think about this, and you got to take yourself and sit yourself.
Oh, so this was the guy.
This is Queso's father, Abdul Robinson Sr. Now, if you can see the style of interview, this is who he's making fun of, because Queso is always trying to look like he's young. I mean, he got tattoos on his neck. He dresses like he's a YN. And so he's also at the same time a Muslim. Druski's skits typically cover one actor, but 4 different verifiable personalities. And this is the exact situation that happened here. And I understand that nobody wants to have their religion made fun of, or nobody wants to make fun of things that are close to them. But if you're going to sit around and deny that these things exist in the Muslim world, I mean, I think you're just insane. Look at what's going on right now in Minnesota with the Somalis.
The Somali
Somalis
reference
largely
was when he did a cover on it. The Somalis was defrauding,
underneath their
doing a
watch.
lot of fraud
It's complete
in Minnesota.
Chaos. This is not all Somalis, but when you have billions of dollars in fraudulent money coming in Columbus, Ohio, you have all this money coming in through Minneapolis, and then you go around talking about you're the religion of peace, you're the religion of being righteous, but you know what we see here is fraud. And then when somebody calls you out for your fraud, then, oh, don't talk about this group, you know, because we want to sweep it underneath the rug. Well, the problem is that if you're living a hypocritical lifestyle, somebody's going to call you out. And it doesn't matter if you're going to be, you know, Muslim. It doesn't matter if you're going to be Christianity or Judaism. If you're living a hypocritical lifestyle, somebody's going to call you out. And the real situation is, if you don't want people to call you out, then be who you say you're going to be. And again, a lot of brothers join, you know, Islam for like the wrong things. I don't think it's a bad religion or anything like that, because I'm a Christian. But I do know that a lot of brothers, most guys who join it, do it because, number one, they could have at the maximum 4 wives. Okay? That's one of the guys' selling points. Well, you know what? Let me go over to Islam. You know, it's still a manly religion. They don't really hate on men. And what I can do is I can have 4 wives. And so that's why I feel comfortable doing it. And that's why a lot of guys do it. Another thing, too, once a lot of celebrities go to these kind of bigger countries, you know, the Qatars, the UAEs, what tends to happen is that it's a money play. So if you, a big time content creator, convert over to Islam, you know, you have the ability to network and, you know, and people kind of look at you like that. You're literally getting more opportunity, and then now you can come back and have your 35 and 40 wives, and you don't have to be accountable for anything. And I could always say, problems always start with you. If you're not living right, somebody's gonna come out and challenge you. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson back at it again.
Shout out to Oshay Duke Jackson putting out another banger. The video was good. It definitely showed the hypocrisy, but that's his type of satire. He's pointing out the hypocrisy he see everywhere, you know, and you could learn from it and laugh from it. Like, that's what it is. But it's your boy Dre with Reacted. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let me know if y'all want another one. We out.